Okay, so the next topic that we're about to start is called midpoints, as we discussed earlier. So, how do you deal with midpoint? So, what is a midpoint of two coordinates that are given to you? So, for example, let's make a graph first. So, over here, a line is given to you somewhat like this. Now, let's suppose that I take coordinates A to be, um, let's take this as 3 and 9, and let's take this as 8 and 4. Let's take this. Okay, great. So, how will we deal with this? So, for example, you need to find out the C coordinate. C coordinate is basically the midpoint between A and B, right? So, how do we find out the midpoint, or how do we find out the C coordinate? C coordinate has to be exactly of the same distance from A, or equidistant from A to B, or of A to B. So, equidistant of A to B is basically the C coordinate, which is the midpoint. So the formula for midpoint that is given to you, or that you need to know, is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Notice there is a comma in the formula. Why is there a comma in the formula? Because whenever you're finding the C coordinate or you're finding the midpoint, basically you have to give two coordinates, which is x and y respectively. So this cannot be one value like gradient that you already tried, or the distance that you will be doing later on, but you will have to find it in terms of x and y. So this will come in terms of x and y. So let's try doing this. This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. Over here, guys, you have to be very particular about uh, about labeling the coordinates themselves. A lot of my students, they make mistakes over here of x, y, x1, y1, x2, y2. So what usually they do is, for one coordinate they do x1, x1, x2, and then for B coordinate they do y1 and y2, which is incorrect. You have to make sure that each coordinate will have two elements. One is the element, and the second is the y element, right? So let's try this now. X1 is given to you as 3, x2 is given to you as 8. So 3 and 8 divided by 2, and y1 is given to you as 9, and y2 is given to you as 4. So 8 plus 3 gives you 11, 11 over 2 and 13 over 2, or 5.5 and 6.5 respectively. So these are your coordinates for C. So 5.5 will be your X and 6.5 will be your Y. This will be your midpoint for this line between A and B. This is what they can ask you in a midpoint question, right?